Christian conservatives need to have a reckoning with who they're sharing their bed with. I made this tweet a couple of days ago talking about the man who murdered the woman on the subway and about schizophrenia and integrated approaches for community care. This is just some of the replies, and to be clear, every single quote tweet said the exact same thing. I spent most of my early 20s volunteering at a high-risk Christian youth camp. There was one boy that I got to work with over multiple summers that I want to tell you about. This young man had been in and out of group homes and foster care since he was born. He had high levels of trauma from a very difficult life, and as a result had developed PTSD and schizophrenia. One summer when he was about 16, he ended up having a schizophrenic episode and ended up assaulting a staff member, like airlifted to a hospital level assault. When he finally came back to, he was mortified. This doesn't make the assault any less scary for the victim. However, it does mean that the way you go about preventing future violence can't look the same as it does with other forms of crime. The main ways that you go about preventing crime from an assailant is intensive treatment or hoping that they age out, as most crime is done by people under the age of 25. If the assault is caused by a psychotic episode, the treatment has to be integrated mental health care and access to medication. That young man that I was telling you about, he now has a full-time job and has a life. What allowed this to happen and prevent future crimes is that, first of all, the Christians at camp lived by our values. Typical staff connected with him during the winter years to bring him out to events, to connect him into youth groups, to just check in and see how he was doing. As a result of this, he became socialized and warm enough that social workers were able to plug him into better programs to get kids into training protocols. He was able to train under a trade and get a job in that trade. He now has access to doctors, medication, and a social network that keeps him healthy and well. The answer to tragedies like Irina is not just the death penalty, because that doesn't prevent tragedies like Irina. All it does is put to death a mentally ill man. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe so you can see my face again.